It's 6 a.m. I'm sitting in my apartment alone. And I just got another call from a client asking where their order is. I don't have an answer because I don't have their product. I don't have their money. I don't even have an excuse anymore. I employed 30 people at one point. Now I can't even afford bottled water. I have a list of 50 plus ideas, but I haven't executed a single one of them in 3 years. Everyone thinks I'm building something. I'm not building anything. I'm hiding from clients, from creditors, from myself. And here's the worst part. This isn't the first time I've failed. It's the 5th time. Welcome to The Forge, where life's failures get forged into wins. I'm Kwame Brimpong, and this is a podcast for people who failed and need to know what to do next. This is episode 1, my origin story, why I started this podcast, why I built the Life Forge app, and why your failure might be the best thing that ever happened to you. Let's get into it. So I started my first business in high school, Prempeh College. And I would market my father's bricks to my housemasters, get my profit on top, and get my commissions from my dad too. Nothing serious, just a kid trying to make some money. But it planted a seed. So in 2012, after university, I went all in. I started marketing bricks and building construction packages for individual builders. I thought I had figured it out. So I employed people, I had clients, it felt real. And then in 2013, it collapsed. Clients stopped paying, suppliers needed their money I didn't have, the math stopped working. The math wasn't mathing. So I had to shut down. But here's what I told myself. It's okay, first businesses fail. That's normal. I'll learn from this and do better next time. That's really what I told myself. And in 2015, I started again. New idea, new strategies, new hope. 2017, it collapsed. Late 2018, I tried again, different location this time, and I'm sure I'd figured it out, but it failed again 5 times. I failed at the same business 5 times. And it wasn't just the brick and construction business. I tried other things too, selling laptops, network marketing, repairing electronic gadgets. Because I did physics at the university, I had some electronic skills. I also organized events, extra class, private teaching, high schools, different ventures, and same results, failure. But it wasn't just in business I was failing. My relationships all failed. I was becoming an expert at one thing, failing. So let me paint you a picture of what rock bottom looked like for me. I went from employing over 30 workers to not being able to afford bottled water, not even the small sachet water. Let me say that again. I couldn't afford to buy water to drink. Food was a luxury. But the worst part wasn't the poverty. It was the hiding. I had clients with unfulfilled orders, delayed delivery promises I couldn't keep. So I went into hide and I stopped answering calls. I avoided places where I might run into them. I made up excuses. And every day I woke up, I felt the weight of it, the shame, the embarrassment, the crushing awareness that everyone thought I was building something and I was doing nothing. I had ideas. God, I had so many ideas. And I still do actually. Ideas flow naturally to me. Long lists, detailed plans, perfect strategies, and I executed none of them because I was paralyzed. For 3 years, I was stuck. Not stuck because I was lazy, stuck because I was terrified. Terrified of failing again. Terrified of starting something and having it collapse again. Terrified that my past would haunt me, that clients that I owed would show up, and people would think that I was a fraud. So I did nothing. I told myself I was planning, I was strategizing, I was waiting for the right opportunity. But I wasn't planning, I was hiding. And here's what nobody tells you about failure. The failure itself hurts, but it's quick. The paralysis after, that lasts years before you realize your entire life is wasted. Yes, I wasted years in that paralysis. Years of ideas that went nowhere, years of potential rotting away, years of watching other people succeed while I was frozen. That's the hurt. That's what failure looked and felt like for me. 5 business collapses, 3 relationship failures, rock bottom poverty, family friction with my dad, 3 years of paralysis, and something changed. I don't remember the exact day, but I remember the realization. I was sitting there drowning in my own indecision, and it hit me. My life will not take a better turn if I don't do something. No one is coming to save me. Not my family, not my friends, not some lucky break, no miracle. The cavalry isn't coming. I had to save myself. One of the greatest Africans to have ever lived, the great Apostle Kojo Safo of the Christo Asafo Church in Ghana, may his soul rest in eternal glory. He once told me, I asked him the one thing I needed above all else to achieve my purpose in life. What he told me was this: Kwame, all you need is determination, not prayer, not motivation, not a miracle. You need an insane amount of determination to succeed. No matter what life throws at you, never lose your determination to move forward. And that's when I started asking different questions. Not why does this keep happening to me, but what can I create that will keep me moving forward, even when I felt lost, beaten, and afraid? Because here's what I realized. Motivation wasn't going to save me. I'd been waiting to feel motivated for 3 years. It never came. Inspiration wasn't going to save me. I'd read all the books, watched all the videos, listened to all the podcasts, and still paralyzed. I needed a system that worked whether I felt motivated or not, a system that told me what to do next, even when I was confused, a system that would not let me hide. Because achievement begins when your efforts don't depend on your feelings. I started searching for that system, okay? And I tried productivity apps. They gave me more to manage. I downloaded Notion, Todoist, Evernote. I tried to-do lists. They overwhelmed me with 100 tasks. I tried planners, journals, courses, coaches. Nothing worked. Because they all assumed I knew what to do next. I didn't. They all assumed I just needed to get organized. I didn't need organization. I needed direction. And then I realized something, okay? I was looking for someone else's system to fix me, but no one else had failed exactly like I did. No one else had my specific fears, my specific situation, my specific failures. So I had to build my own. That's when I started building LifeForge. At first, it wasn't even an app. It was a framework I developed. I asked myself 5 questions every morning. 1, if I'm on my deathbed at 91, what will make me feel like I lived a great life? 2, how much time do I actually have left? Birth date plus life expectancy equals urgency. 3, what failure haunts me? What am I afraid will happen again? Okay. 4, if I had 10 years to rebuild my life from zero, what would I do? What would I create? 5, what needs to happen in the next 90 days to prove my comeback has started? Those 5 questions did something no app ever did. They gave me clarity. Not motivation, clarity. And from that clarity, I could see one task, one step, not 50 things. One thing. So I did that one thing. The next day, I asked the questions again, got another task, did it. Day after day, one task, no overwhelm, just progress. Slowly, I started moving again. Not fast, not perfectly, but moving. And I realized this. This is it. This is the system that works after failure, because it doesn't ignore your failure, it uses it. Your failures aren't obstacles. They are data. They tell you what doesn't work. They review your fears. They show you what actually matters. Okay? And if you extract the lessons from your failures, if you face them honestly instead of hiding from them, if you use them as fuel instead of letting them paralyze you, you can rebuild. That's what the LifeForge app does. It helps you extract lessons from your failures. It builds you a comeback roadmap, and it tells you one task every day, not 100. One task. Because one focused action beats 100 scattered plans. I started coding LifeForge in late 2024. I'm not a developer. I used AI coding assistants and I learned as I went. There were moments I almost quit. Week 6, week 8, no users, no traction. The voice in my head kept saying, this is another failure. But I kept going because this time I had a system. And primarily, I built it for myself. For every morning, LifeWatch told me what to do. I did it. Some days the task was small. Write one paragraph of homepage copy. I'll do it. Some days it was big, like build the AI task generation feature. But every day I moved forward. And slowly, LifeWatch started working, not just as software, as proof. Proof that the system worked. Proof that I could rebuild. Proof that failure wasn't the end. Today, LifeWatch is live. People are using it. People who failed and didn't know what to do next. And it's helping them the same way it helped me. 5 questions, comeback roadmap, 1 task per day. That's the forge. That's how I rebuilt. So where am I now? I'm not rich. I'm not famous. I haven't made it. But I'm not paralyzed anymore. No. I built LifeForge. It's helping people. I'm building this podcast. You're listening to episode 1. I'm taking action every day, whether I feel like it or not. And for the first time in years, I'm not hiding from clients, from failure, from myself. Oh man, was such a bad situation to be in. And hiding slowed my life down. It kept so many good things from coming to me. I'm using my failures now. All 5 business collapses, all 3 relationship failures, all 3 years of paralysis. I'm using them as fuel because Ryan Holiday wrote it best. The obstacle is the way. You don't win by avoiding your failures. You win by embracing them, by learning from them, by forging them into something stronger. That's what I'm doing. And that's what this podcast is about. If you're listening to this and you failed, if you're stuck in paralysis right now, if you don't know what to do next, here's what I learned. Lesson 1, the cavalry isn't coming. No one is going to save you. You have to save yourself. 2, motivation is a lie. You don't need to feel motivated. You need a system that works without it. Lesson 3, clarity beats hustle. 1 clear next step beats 100 vague plans. Lesson 4, your failures are your greatest resource. They are not mistakes. They are data, so use them. Lesson 5, 1 task per day changes everything. Not 100, 1, do it, repeat. That's what life taught me. And that's what I want to teach you through this podcast. So, why am I starting the Forge? Because I've lived in the failure stage. I know what it feels like to be paralyzed by fear, to have ideas but no execution, to watch everyone else succeed when you are stuck. And I know what it takes to get out. This podcast is a failure to success factory. Every week, I'm bringing you stories of people who failed hard and came back stronger. Entrepreneurs who lost everything, professionals who got fired, artists who gave up their dreams, and they rebuilt. Not with motivation, with systems. Not with inspiration, with action. Not by avoiding failures, by using them. This isn't generic motivational BS. This is tactical, practical, real. Because if you're stuck after failure, you don't need someone to tell you everything happens for a reason. You need someone to tell you what to do on Monday morning. That's what the Forge is. Raw, honest conversations, practical systems, real comeback stories, and the greatest tool to help with that, LifeForge, is introduced and utilized right here. Your failure isn't the end, it's the raw material. Let's forge it into a win. If you're in the failure stage right now, if you don't know what to do next, I built something for you. It's called LifeForge, LYFORGE. LifeForge app. Here's how it works. You answer 5 questions about your failure, your fears, your vision. It takes 7 minutes. AI analyzes your situation and builds you a personalized comeback roadmap. Then every morning you get 1 task, not 100, 1. Okay? 1 task that moves you closer from failure to comeback. It's free to try, no credit card. Just go to lifeforge.app and start. I will have the link in the description or comments. 7 minutes from now, you can have a comeback roadmap. Tomorrow morning, you know exactly what to do next. lifeforge.app. Try it. It helped me rebuild. It can help you too. And if this episode helped you, here's what I need from you. Please subscribe to The Forge. New episodes every Thursday. 2, leave a 5-star review. It helps other people in the failure stage find this podcast. And also share this episode with someone who is stuck right now, someone who needs to hear this. That's it. Subscribe, review, share. Next Thursday, episode 2 drops. We are diving into the 5 stages of failure and how to get unstuck at each of them. Until then, remember this. Your failure isn't the end, it's the raw material. The cavalry isn't coming. You have to save yourself. And you can. One question at a time, one task at a time, one day at a time. Stop waiting, start rebuilding. See you in the forge.